say that are with us, we have to take their word and believe that they are going to do their best in order to perform what they have said. But here we have a writer that decides to write, and who he's writing to is to the babes in Christ that have just been converted and coming into the newness of life. Now they have been illuminated. In other words, their eyes have been opened to the fact that God is who he says he is. And so the writer decided that maybe I need to write to them and let them know that they got to live by faith. And even though they are excited about what they have came into, there's going to be a time when their faith and their trust in God is going to be tested. And in my studying, I've heard a lot of say that before your greatest blessing comes your greatest task. Before your greatest deliverance, your greatest battle, you got to fight the great. But then we got to understand that even after the greatest battle, the greatest reward is going to come after the greatest battle. And we have to learn how to worship God in places that we have never been before. Take somebody and tell them, God is not going to bless us and we remain in the same place. We've got to learn how to build on the relationship of our tests and our trials that will build our faith. Because after every test, there is a blessing. Look at somebody and tell them, God is going to bless you. Look at somebody on the line, just touch them on the shoulder and say, I don't know where you are right about now. But I'm telling you after this, there's a blessing coming. Just tell them, hold on, honey. Just tell them, hold on. Some of them ain't even talking, but just tell them, hold on, hold on, hold on. You're trying to figure out how to get out of this. And God is holding you in it because there has to be a process. And I know we don't agree with processes, but processes develop the character that is needed for the next test. Look at somebody and tell them the next test. You mean, Pastor, there's going to be another one after this one? Yes. As long as you're proclaiming who you proclaim, you might as well get ready for another one. Now watch this. It will not come on the same level, but it will come on a different level that elevates you to another level. Look at somebody and tell them it's your test that elevates you to another level. Yeah. You got to understand each test that you face is a level of testing that elevates you to another level of faith. Touch somebody, tell them from faith to faith. Amen. So as I was reading this, I was reading his talking. He said, but recall the former days. And I was one that always thought about not looking back. But he wanted to encourage them and let them know that there are going to be times that you're going to have to face some things, that you're going to have to look back over your life, not to complain and see the issues that you were in, but take notice of how God brought you out. Look at somebody and tell them, it's okay to look back. When you're looking back for how God did what he did then. Yeah. Because now you got to understand it's what he did then that he's going to do now, but in a different situation. So when I'm looking back, I'm not looking back to come up with what I lost. I'm looking back to get a clear understanding that if he did it back then, this is going to let me know that his power is not going to diminish now. But if he did it then, he's capable of doing it now. Look at somebody and tell him he's going to do it now. And the only thing that we have to learn is how to deal with it. So he said, but recall, go back and remember the former days. Watch this. Which after you was illuminated, you endured a great struggle with suffering. Watch this. When we first came into the relationship with God, we understood that there was great joy because now it was something that we never experienced. So now the freshness of God build a freshness in us.